Hey guys, Rexasaur here and welcome to World of Tanks, where today I'm going to do a mini review of the T-150. Why a mini review? Well, because there's only one actual replay, because this tank for me has been a really on and off tank. I've sold it twice, and so that means I bought it 3 times. And yeah, I don't know, I hated this tank. And I sold, like, when I bought it, I kind of like, oh, I'll have this tank. And then I sold it because I couldn't get it to work. It wasn't fully upgraded. Then when I rebought it, I was like, oh, I might as well keep going with this tank. And then I rebought it. And I grinded it until I got everything fully upgraded. And then after 2 games with the top gun and everything, I just sold it again. And then like 4 months later, I buy it again. And this time I get the top engine, and I'm like, this tank is still fucking shit. And then I just keep playing it. I'm just like, well, fuck it, I might as well just keep grinding until I get KV3. So I finally get to that point, and I gotta say this tank is pretty good. It's not a bad tank, it just takes a lot of getting used to, and it's not my kind of tank, which I guess is the only issue. But I have slowly gotten better at using it over time, as you can see in my one replay, which I will be showing you. So the T-150, 880 hit points, that is better than the KV-1S. I will be directly comparing this to the KV-1S, which is here. KV-1S has 810, this is a KV-1, this has 880. It has quite a good weight to power to rate ratio. It's not that fast, but it's definitely not slow. It's definitely not as fast as KV-1S again, but it's fast enough, and it will reach that 35 kilometers per hour pretty easily. Traverse speed on both the hull and turret are pretty awful. This tank turns really slowly and is really slow when it comes to turning. But I guess that's offset by the fact it has a lot of armor. If you look at the K1S, it has 75 hull, 75, 60, 60, 100, 90, 90. T150 has 90, 90, 75, 100, 175. So it's more armor than K1S by a lot. Weak points to note are the gunner's hatch right here, or the viewer's hatch or whatever, and the cupola on the front. Other than that, it's very strong everywhere, really. It's, apart from if you've got a gun that can pen the front, you can pretty much pen anywhere. It's kind of flat. It's not got excessive angling or anything, but the front is strong and whatever. If you try and hit these bits here, you will bounce on the tank. View range is pretty standard, 330, and the signal range is 440. It's not really incredible. But yeah, so one of the good things about the tank, if we look at the K1S's gun, it's tier 7. If we look at the T150's gun, it is also tier 7. The D25T versus the ZIS-6. The rate of fire of the ZIS-6 is amazing. You have a 9-second reload, less than 9-second reload for me. I don't have 100% crew as well, which is very good. That means you're about 9.2, 9.3 with a 100% crew and gun rammer, whilst the KV-1S has a 13-second reload. Big difference. Average penetration is less than the KV-1S. Average damage is much less than the KV-1S. However, the accuracy is better, but not by much at all, so the accuracy is still terrible, and that is one of the reasons why I really don't like the T-150 over the KV-1S. But apart from that, the K1S is a very fantastic tank. I would definitely recommend having a gun rammer and a gun laying drive. The reason I didn't have a gun laying drive is because I'm very low on funds, and I'm literally running my whole tank garage on a standard account, so that's really hard to do. But apart from that, yeah, T150 isn't a bad tank. And yeah, if we look at the research tree is pretty extensive. There's a lot of guns and a lot of crap. But really, what you really want to go for is the ZIS-6 with the top turret. The best gun to use while you wait is most probably going to be the 85mm. You can use the 57mm, but it is the same gun as the... well, it's the top gun on the T-34, which isn't that bad of a gun, but it's not that good either. It's pretty accurate, or you can just do it with a dope gun. I'd recommend going with this gun. It has a lot more pen and a lot more damage, and is slightly worse than the KV-1's gun, really. I mean, yeah, pretty much. But you could always, and then you go straight for that. Other than that, yeah, not much. One good thing about this tank is because of the weight ratio and stuff, you don't actually need to get the treads before you get the turret. You will need it for the gun after upgrading it from one of these, because these guns weigh quite substantially less than the gun. But the turret is fine. Yeah, it's quite a substantial difference, but you don't actually need the tracks, which is awesome. So there we go, that's the T-150 garage review. Now let's go and show you the one replay. So here we are in the one replay that I'm showing you for this quick tank review of the T-150. Top tier-ish, little 2 tier 7s on each side. I am platooned with my clan leader, Daimyo, who owns my new clan, which you can join if you so wish. Just link below in the description and stuff. But yes, we basically are going to go, well, I'm going to go to the cap. Daimyo is going to go to the city or village. But yeah, the T-150 is very much a, I don't know, it's a tank that is very good as long as you don't see tier 8. When you see you can definitely do something against tier 8s, but it's better when it's top tier or against tier 7s. And I'm not talking this kind of tier 7. It's obviously good in this matchmaking. But when you're bottom tier, but the top tier is tier 7, you are basically a tier 7 tank. You can do a lot of damage, you can bounce a lot of shells. The only issue with tier 8s is that they are much more armoured, so your gun has a much more difficult time of doing so. Spot a Su-85 in the open. He hasn't spotted me, I don't think, but as you can see, the aiming time on this gun is terrible. But I do manage to put a shot through his mantlet, doing 290 damage. 299 to be exact, which is 1 lower than average. Su-85 has been spotted again. He is capping. I'm going to put a shot through him. He's going to shoot at me, but misses or didn't even get to pull the trigger. So I've killed something, Daimyo's killed something. It's all going well. This game is very fun. You will see why. So I'm going to go around, just make sure no one's seen. I'm going to take down the truck and make sure no one's hiding behind it, and that I can take a shot into everyone is. This tank isn't exactly slow, but it's not very maneuverable when it comes to turning its turret and stuff. It's very lumbering. I actually hit the slag man there, and I keep moving forward. The Crusader is spotting whoever is in the cap. I shoot down these 3 trucks in a row, taking down any cover that's possible. You might as well do it. There's no reason them being there anymore. And there's a cave one to the left. Now I want to go forward. I want to go forward to spot down the center line, see if I can actually kill anyone in the center. Daimyo has joined me. KV1 gets spotted, puts a shot into Daimyo rather than me, which is awesome. There's a T-34. I once again hit another slash heap. And there's the KV1, and I hit the T-34, and then the KV1 shoots the T-34, which is awesome. I take a bounce, I'm wondering what the hell just hit me, and then everything gets spotted. Okay, nothing gets spotted because for some reason the spotting tanks are a bit broken, but there was a T-34-85 with a derp gun, and the M4 does not have a derp gun, he has a normal, it's a jumbo, he has a normal gun. So he's taking out my tracks periodically. I'm just going to take the damage. I'm actually going to go forward now, put a shot into him, and I'm going to start side scraping soon. This tank is very, very, very good for side scraping. The side armor is incredibly powerful, allowing you to side scrape very well against it. And I'm going to try and get as many shots I can into the T-34-85 as possible, because he has a derp gun, which is going to damage me a lot. He is fine, not doing anything. There's a Crusader reversing, and I've killed him. Daimyo at this point, as you can see, I'm going to pause it here. Daimyo's gone over there. There are 4 tanks over here. There's the Panzer IV-H, there's the VK, sorry, not VK, the T-35 and the M4. I think there's another tank as well. Daimyo going around through there has allowed me the chance of actually getting a lot of shots into them, because Daimyo has turned all their attentions around. These players are such scrubs that they all turn around and go for Daimyo. So there goes the T-34-85. Look at them. What the hell is going on? Why did they just turn around? I'm going to throw another shot into the top plate of the Jumbo, just to show you how much pen this has. Daimyo sadly dies because of it, but his sacrifice allows me to absolutely wreck these guys. So now I have totally... No, it isn't. I'm going to pause it here. There are 7 kills to 6. I've got 5. Daimyo's got 1. The cave one on the enemy team has the other one. Basically, our team have done fuck all this whole game, and only me and Daimyo have actually done anything. Now I do a random bounce on the Panzer IV, and I'm wondering how the hell I bounced that. He doesn't have a derp gun. I thought he did because it looks a bit derpy, but it doesn't. Get a shot. There's my top gun in the T-150, and the enemy team is like, what the hell's going on? We're capping now, and it's just like, we've got all the kills. Why? Why has this happened? And the enemy team is still dying, but so is our team. Our team is just doing all. We're capping, so we've won, no matter what really happens. But I'm going to do some extra damage. There's the T-34-1. I don't know if I can put a blind shot. I do put a blind shot. I then get shot. I get hit by the Su-100. I did hit the T-34-1. I'm going to go for the T-34-1. I want to kill. And I get it. And I'm going to reverse very slowly because I do not want to get killed by the Su-100. And we have capped. And 2 of our teammates have actually killed something now. So T-150 is a very strong tank. Something just... Okay, one random thing just fell behind me. Anyway. T-150 is a very strong tank when it's top tier, also when it's mid tier, or if it's low tier without any tier 8s on the enemy team, or even our team, or any tier 8s generally. Because it's so slow, it's very hard to position correctly. In a city map like Rhmberg or Himmelsdorf, well, Himmelsdorf a bit less, but Windstorm, for example, if you go to the city side of things, you will do a fantastic job because you can side scrape easy, you can take a lot of damage in your tracks, and you manage to do a lot of death and glory and stuff like that. But anyway, so there's a top gun in the T-150. That's the only replay I'm going to show you because as I told you, I've sold the tank twice. I had to buy it 3 times, so my replays are scattered along the way. And this game I did yesterday, basically. So I don't have a lot of replays to show you. I do have a lot of high caliber games. This tank, you will get a lot of high calibers. You will get a lot. As long as you are top tier or mid tier, you will get a very good game. Exclusively good games. There is no poor game you can get if you're a tier 6. The only time you're going to get shit games is if your team is so bad that whilst you're capping, they're not going to uncap the enemy team capping you, which has happened to me twice in a row today. But even so, I now have a KV3 and I don't care. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please comment, like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Please join the clan if you think you are up to the challenge, and you can play with us every Friday. We do a 7v7 team battle night, and we were thinking of joining Strongholds when that comes out in 9.2. Apart from that, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this review. I would definitely recommend the T-150. I will not lie. But only because the KV3 is going to be better, pretty much. So yeah, that's all I have to say. Farewell.